name is Claire, and I am the owner of Get Fit with Claire, which is an online coaching and contest prep service. Also, there is an at-home personal training component where I actually go to women's homes and help them in small sessions, I guess, get into shape. I just kind of wanted to share with you why I started in the whole fitness industry and why I feel that it's important. I started lifting weights after I got out of a really, I guess, pretty serious relationship. Well, I thought it was really serious, but I was also pretty much a baby. So, I had gotten really comfortable and I had gained weight and I just didn't love how I felt. So I decided to get a gym membership, and initially I just went to the gym, I ran, I just did cardio stuff. I sometimes squatted on the Smith machine. But then I was looking through a magazine and I saw, I forget what year it was, but Scarlett Johansson was named Sexiest Woman Alive. So I was like, damn. She has a phenomenal body. She is curvy. She's voluptuous. She's so confident, so sassy. She looks amazing in and out of clothes, which I mean, probably why she was the sexiest woman alive. And I decided to recruit the coach at the gym and have him kind of help me into the whole weightlifting process, just because that's what I wanted to look like. So my very first appointment, I walk in, picture on my phone, and I'm like, this is what I want to look like. I want to be exactly like Scarlett Johansson. And he goes, Claire, you don't have that body shape. You're never going to be able to do that. And I was like, come on, like, this is what I want. But he ended up teaching me how to lift weights and just really simple things, curls, proper form squatting. We dabbled in chest, which I didn't know that women even should train chest. But I am super competitive and I've always been involved in sports. And eventually I started lifting with guys at the gym because there wasn't a lot of girls there to lift with. So I started lifting with guys at the gym, and it was really annoying because I wasn't as strong as they were, and we had to keep on stripping off all the weights and then putting on their weights and then stripping off their weights and putting mine back on, and it just really wasn't conducive. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be able to lift with the guys. So I started ramping up my weights. I started going harder and harder and lifting and eating big, lifting big. Everything was just big. And eventually, I mean, I was squatting more than twice my body weight, deadlifting like almost 3 times my body weight, and I was just like, you know, maybe I should try competing. Like, maybe I can do this. Maybe if I strip off all this fat, like, I'll actually see everything that I built, which makes sense because your muscles and everything are underneath your body fat. So I decided to compete, but I didn't even realize there was such a thing as having a coach. I didn't really realize anything. I decided I was going to meal prep and coach myself into this first competition I was ever going to do. So I decided to track my macros instead of going off a meal plan, and I was like, okay, 1,200 calories, that's what I'm going to eat. I have no idea what my macro breakdown was. It was a long time ago, but I ended up coaching myself all through that prep, and I learned a lot. First, cardio, you don't need to do 3 hours of it, and you definitely should be eating more than 1,200 calories a day. Also, I was talked into believing that I was too lean, so then I started eating pizza going up before my competition. I also had weekly ice cream. It was a mess. I ended up doing okay. I won novice. I won overall novice. I got second in my height class, which was really cool, but it was just a small show. Like, there was probably like 28 maybe bikini girls. And I thought to myself, okay, I need to take this seriously. I need to figure out how I can diet and how I can lose weight without stripping myself down so much and without spending hours on the cardio equipment and without just not eating, like, because I love to eat. So I ended up doing an off season and coming back and deciding to prep myself for an all women's competition where there was like 100 and some ladies competing at. And so I did a longer prep. I did 20 weeks. I started out at 2,000 calories instead of 1,200 calories, and I took myself down from there. I didn't do cardio until I want to say 6 weeks out. So I did 14 weeks of prep without even touching cardio. And then I really took my posing seriously. So that's kind of what catapulted me into the whole bodybuilding world. And yeah, then I ended up winning overall at that show, which actually won me my pro card in the Natural Federations. Then 2 weeks later, I decided to compete at my first pro show. I didn't do an off season before going into my pro debut or anything like that, but it did go really well. I ended up with a world qualification and a pretty serious binge eating problem. I decided to look for help with a coach, and it ended up that the coach's philosophy and my whole mentality and my body type just didn't really jive that well, but I decided to follow through with the rest of the competition season. So that fall, under his supervision, I didn't place at my first show ever, which was a huge hit. And then 2 weeks later, I competed at the World Championships and placed 5th. So it was a nice comeback, but it really didn't, it wasn't what should have been happening for me. After that, I struggled a lot with my eating and exercise. I felt completely unmotivated. I was so bloated and so swollen from eating so much shit food after my whole meal plan fiasco where I only ate chicken, tilapia, and asparagus for 6 months, that my skin honestly felt like it was bursting under the pressure of like all of the water that was just under it. It was so terrible. It was so painful. Finally, I brought myself back down to a reasonable body weight, body fat percentage, all of that. I started lifting and taking care of myself a lot better, tracking my macros. And then that's when I met my current coach, which he really has opened my eyes up to everything that is scientific about bodybuilding and how important it is to put your health before everything else, before your results, before anything. He won't even let you compete unless your health is 112%, which is amazing because my previous coach didn't do that. I never would have thought about that when I was coaching myself initially, but then again, I was completely green. So that was kind of my whole competing history. I am a certified personal trainer and a nutrition specialist, and I really value actually eating and training wisely. And I guess what I really want to impart, I guess, is my why. And the reason why I compete and why I'm so into fitness and why I am an online coach and personal trainer is I just want to help people be healthy. And I want to help people change their life to one of more of a sustainable and non-yo-yo, like fat loss, fat gain lifestyle. And I just really want to, I guess, say that anything is possible, which seems really cliche, and maybe you don't have the genetics for perfect muscle structure, or maybe you're slightly unproportional body-wise, or this or that, but no matter what, your work ethic is going to shine over everything. So I guess, yeah, work out, lift heavy things, eat a lot, succeed, have me as your coach. Anyways.